The director of the Nigerian National Single Window Project, Tola Fakolade, has clarified that the new digital trade platform will not replace existing government agencies involved in trade facilitation, but will instead integrate the processes to improve efficiency. Speaking at a stakeholders forum organized by the Nigerian Customs Service in Lagos, Fakolade explained that the platform is designed to eliminate duplication in cargo clearance procedures while ensuring seamless coordination among regulatory bodies.
The single window will, like I mentioned, will interact with all the requirements. So it is not taking away any systems of any agency, but at the back end, there's a lot of interaction, document and data exchange between the single window and all those other systems. There is no reason to go to all those individual systems. At the end of the full implementation of this process, only one portal, importers and exporters will only deal with one portal, one system, single submission.
According to him, once cargo is cleared by the Nigerian Customs Service, the system will automatically reflect compliance requirements, risk assessments, and approval from all the relevant agencies, thereby reducing delay and operational redundancies.
Documents and information only need to be submitted once. If a document is needed by more than one agency, when you submit it once, the single window will transmit this document to all the agencies that by their act or by their responsibility or mandate require this information or this document. So I'll say in a very simplified form, that is what the single window does. And by doing that, if you go to the next slide, by doing that, it simplifies trade, it simplifies processes.
He noted that key government agencies were involved from the early stage of the project, each in nominating technical representatives who contributed to the design and development of the platform. Fakolade described the National Single Window as a globally recognized system developed in collaboration with international bodies such as the United Nations Center for Trade Facilitation and Electronic Business, the World Customs Organization, and the World Trade Organization. He explained that the concept provides a single entry point where importers, exporters, and other stakeholders can submit all required documentation for trade transactions.
So the National Single Window, in a very simplified form, was actually coined together by the United Nations Trade Facilitation and Electronic Business Unit, together in collaboration with World Customs Organization and World Trade Organization. So it's a global phenomenon. And the single window basically means a single platform, a single entry, where importers, exporters, all other players in trade facilitation, when it comes to import and export, where you can submit your document, your information, to complete your regulatory requirements for import and export.
The platform, he said, will serve as a central hub for all trade-related processes, enabling users to interact with one interface while maintaining integration with existing agency systems.
When fully implemented, it will contribute immensely to getting closer to this ambition, streamlining our processes, driving efficiency in our import and export processes. It will go a long way in getting us from where we are currently to where we want to be. So the single window helps us to actually take that first step to say it's a journey of maybe thousands of miles, but we're going to take the first step to start the journey. So this is what we're trying to achieve in terms of more efficient clearance and faster clearance of goods, more efficient overall processes, so that even the experience for importers and exporters when it comes to import and clearing, it is a better experience for you. It's faster, and it's cheaper. You can see that the last KPI that we have there is we need to ensure that we are as competitive, especially when it comes to cost, comparing to some of our neighboring West African countries when it comes to clearing costs. So
Fakolade further disclosed that the system has already identified and eliminated several duplicated procedures that previously slowed down cargo clearance without adding operational value. He also revealed that extensive end-user training has been ongoing for over a month, involving importers, exporters, freight forwarders, and officials of the Nigerian Port Authority. Sessions are being conducted physically at the designated centers, with additional instructional materials and videos made available online.
So the training is actually hands-on because we actually have, I think each training center can take about 30 to 50 people. So each person will have a laptop you will work with. You won't take it home, or like it's just to use it at the training. So we'll give you a laptop to use for the training, because we actually want you to go into the system, log into the system, and as a trainer is demonstrating, you are also, doing it, and then there's actually a qualification, a certification at the end of the training, where we'll test the knowledge of the training and we'll see if you made the pass mark.
The director explained that National Single Window will operate alongside the BODOGU Custom Management System, which handles core custom functions such as valuation and risk management, while the new platform will serve as a central submission portal for trade documentation.
Yes, thank you. So next. Yes, the two systems will coexist. Everywhere there has been single window, and there's also a unified customs management system. Single window and customs management system, they're actually very complementary. Like I mentioned, single window stays in the center, and then customs will still conduct its core function as an organization. That single window just tries to complement and augment that. Yes, so the two systems will coexist.
He disclosed that when the platform goes live on March 27, 2026, initial services will include application for import licenses, certificates, and permits from agencies such as the Standard Organization of Nigeria, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, the Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service, and the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency.
What is going live on the 27th of March 2026. So what does phase 1 entail? So effective 27th of March 2026, application of import licenses and certificates and permits, NAFDAC, SON, quarantine, NESRIA. The application of those will happen on the single window. So the importers or your respective representatives or agents will come on the single window.
He added that the platform will also support manifest submissions by shipping lines and airlines, further streamlining trade processes.
They will also be able to develop a risk management tool, which we believe it will help to reward compliant traders, and then make non-compliant traders go through a more rigorous check.
In his remarks, the Zonal Coordinator of the Nigerian Customs Service Zone A, Assistant Controller General of Customs Mohammed Babandede, said the initiative underscores the importance of sustained collaboration between government institutions and the private sector in building a more efficient, transparent, and technology-driven trade environment.
The importance of sustained collaboration among government institutions and the private sector in building a more efficient, transparent, and technology-driven trade environment in Nigeria.
He described the project as a critical component of Nigeria's trade facilitation reforms, noting that it will provide a single electronic entry point for traders to submit standardized documentation for import, export, and transmit processes.
It provides a single electronic entry point through which traders can submit standardized information and documents required for import, export, and transit procedures.
He stated that the platform is expected to significantly reduce cargo clearance time, eliminate duplication, lower the cost of doing business, and improve efficiency across ports and border operations. He added that the success of the initiative will depend on the collaborative commitment of all stakeholders. assuring that Nigeria Customs Service remains fully engaged in ensuring a seamless transition through the continuous training, sensitization, and stakeholders' consultations.
That the success of the national single window initiative depends on the collective commitment of all stakeholders within the trade ecosystem. The Nigerian Customs Service remains fully committed to working collaboratively with all partners to ensure that the transition to the national single window is seamless, inclusive, and beneficial to the entire trading community.
He emphasized that while technology is important, the effectiveness of the system will ultimately depend on sincerity and collaboration of participants within the trade and logistic value chains.
As we move closer to implementation, stakeholders' engagement will remain a priority. These training programs, sensitization workshops, and continuous consultations will be conducted to ensure that all users are fully prepared before the platform becomes operational. Today's forum therefore represents another critical step in our collective effort to build a modern, efficient, and transparent trade environment that supports economic growth and national development.
Meanwhile, stakeholders raised questions regarding the preparedness of the National Single Window for launch, the mechanism for ensuring accountability among participating agencies, and the extent to which the private sector have been effectively integrated into the process. Responding, Tola Fakolade explained that the platform is designed to provide real-time visibility into processing delays across agencies. He noted that both users and regulators will be able to track applications, making it easier to identify where delays occur and enforce accountability. According to him, participating agencies have committed to specific service level agreements, with performance monitored at the highest level of government. He added that any deviation from agreed timeline would trigger immediate correctiveness measures, and persistent non-compliance could attract sanctions.
Okay, thank you, sir. The first one is the sustainability of the national single window. So there's a political will, and we thank Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he's the chief sponsor of the National Single Window Project. And this question is, how do we ensure that it transcends beyond, regimes? And one of the things that we want to do is to have a National Single Window Act, which is basically going to state all these things that we're talking about. Okay, permits, certificates, license application should happen on a single window. Not just just what's the process that will happen on a single window. To have eventually an act that will support it. So we will start having consultations on that. So I think with that, it helps to ensure that it's a more sustainable platform. The first one is the service level agreements that we mentioned, where the heads of agencies are actually committing to do certain processes at a certain time, and if those don't happen at that time, to ensure that there's quick remediation. So if there are, and this has been championed by the presidency, if there are situations where the agencies, and I'm hoping that they won't, where they are not doing the quick remediation, they are not adhering to the SLAs that was agreed, and they are significantly deviating and not doing the quick remediation, those will be escalated if it's something that keeps continuing without any fix. So I would say that's, I think that's one of the highest level of really keeping agencies accountable.
Fakolade also disclosed that the platform would include a help desk system, allowing users to submit complaints and receive feedback directly through the portal, ensuring prompt resolution of issues. On broader concerns about sustainability, he stated that efforts are underway to institutionalize the initiative through legislation, which would ensure continuity beyond changes in administration. He emphasized that while initial challenges may arise, the system is structured to quickly detect and resolve issues, with continuous monitoring and stakeholders' feedback playing a key role in improving performance over time. My name is Geraldine Anyanwu, reporting for Nagaf Cargo Watch. For more interesting stories from the maritime sector, like, comment, share, and do not forget to subscribe.